The art project, Fragile with Attitude, it's about inclusive landscapes, and our particular part is about disabled artists having opportunity to access spaces they might not usually. You know, it's come out of disabled people being seen as vulnerable, and actually disabled people being sort of quite miffed by that.
We started back in September last year with 3 workshops at the Arboretum here, and then after that, as artists, we work separately in our own studios and homes. But during that time we had several online video conferencing meetings to build the skills for the accessibility elements for the exhibition, which really helped when we weren't able to physically come together during those times, particularly as some of us have disabling barriers.
There was a time, because of the chemo, that I could not physically travel back to Westonbirt Arboretum. I live out in the middle of the Cotswolds. I really am out in the wilds. And so discussing the stages and phases and evolution of my creative work, that had to be done through Broadband. It makes a huge difference to me feeling connected to people, to me not getting completely isolated. And quite honestly, sometimes in an emergency, it's been important to have that connection.
So the artwork I've got on show here is inspired by Westonbirt. I've got a few different types of artwork. There's 3 large MDF pieces. I've also got a few big paintings of the trees where it's as if you're having a communication with the trees, and also a large painting with stenciling, just encouraging people to be more playful with the environment here. Keep off the paths, go and look up, look down, stop, take your time and just enjoy the environment.
One of the ways that we connected during this project was obviously to use the internet. So when we met up, and those times were quite rare because of COVID, but we met in the landscape, we already had a set of tools that we'd shared, which enabled us to get the best out of the days when we were here. And I think for disabled artists, you know, using the internet and using digital tools is really important, because sometimes you might not be well enough to come on the specific day or to meet that deadline that's required. So if you can capture these things and share them in other ways, it gives you access that you've not had in the past, and I think that's really valuable.